Fuck. Neuronymous.
Hello, my fellow neurotics. This is a very, very special episode of Neuronymous. I've got a very amazing guest, Kianna Alarid, and she is. I'm stoked. I'm pumped. I'm so excited to have her on the show. I've been a huge fan. She's a guitarist and singer of a favorite band of mine in my 20s called Tilly and the Wall. Great band from Omaha, Nebraska, and she's now of another great band called Yes You Are, and their music has been played in the Super Bowl commercials, the movie Bad Moms. So I am just absolutely fucking amazingly pleased that she's decided to come on the show and talk with me. But before we go to that, I gotta talk about some shit that's going on. We've got a whole litter of shit factories in my basement. We decided, after all, to get those dogs. I think I mentioned that in my last one when I was talking with Mike and Adam. We have like 8 shit factories in our basement, and it's become a slip and slide party on a daily basis. I know that there's like 5 stages of grief, but I was not aware that there were at least 100 stages of hatred and loathing. I think seething's the first one. And after that, it just progresses. But that's so negative. I need to talk about something really weird happened, and I'm not sure how to. I have to talk about it, and the person's probably gonna hear it, and I hope it doesn't tarnish our friendship, but. I had a friend come over that I hadn't seen for a really long time. I guess he's had a really rough year. And he came over. It was an hour-long drive. And he came over, and everything seemed good. He was, he grabbed one of the puppies and, played with him for a minute or two, and we went downstairs, and my wife was napping because she's just exhausted. She's been running on 3-4 hours of sleep because these little fuckers downstairs. But here's the deal. So all of a sudden, somehow or another, we get on the topic of my mental health somehow, and it comes out that I have a prescription for Xanax, which I do. I have a very, very small supply for emergencies only. It's my psychiatrist or nurse practitioner, what have you, has basically said to me, you either take one or you go to the ER. Those are the only 2 options that you get to take one of those. And I think I've only used one of them in the last year or so. But but anyway, all of a sudden somehow it gets on that topic, and my friend says, "Hey, could I have a Xanax?" And I didn't know what to say. It was a really, really uncomfortable position for me. Because the thing is, to a certain extent, if I give this person one of my Xanaxes that are non-prescribed, for me, in my eyes, that's a relapse. I'm giving out drugs to somebody, and that's old behavior that I no longer partake in. So, it just got really weird very, very, very quickly. And he just said, he goes, I got to get out of here, conveniently right after I said no, basically, that I couldn't find my Xanaxes, that they were somewhere and I couldn't find them. And he decides it's time to boogie and leave. And I didn't know what to make of it. I mean, I feel bad for his situation that he's got so much anxiety, but I'm not about to jeopardize my program, my sobriety and my clean time because somebody wants to get their hands on my anxiety meds. And it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. But I had to talk about that. But, getting back to the dogs, here's the deal. I love them. And to be fair, I did have that, that moment where my paternal instincts kicked in, and I love those dogs. They're adorable, but I definitely want to be a father. No questions. Definitely want to be a father. And I just don't want to be a father of octuplets. Okay? I can handle one kid, maybe two, maybe even three. But 8 kids, no. Especially not furry ones that just don't, that like to run around in their own feces. I'm sorry. It's not for me. I don't think I could ever do this again. And after about 11 or 12 more days, I won't have to. So I'm excited about that. But honestly, what I'm most excited about is our guest today, Kianna Alarid. She is just, her band, Yes You Are, their music is just fantastic. I've listened to it. Again, getting back to Tilly and the Wall, I know that that's not really part of her story anymore. I don't know if it is or not. When she and I spoke, she said that they were no longer active. I don't know what that means, business, in the biz, but I assume that they're just not together anymore. But one of the coolest things, and I'll be honest, when I was listening, I've seen Tilly and the Wall, I think once or twice in concert, and I will be honest, I was under the influence, I think both times. I'll be just completely lay my cards on the table. But the thing that just won me over, the charm of that band is, instead of drums, they had a gal who tap danced on this microphone platform, and it was just a marvel to me, So cut to a decade later, again, I'm clean, sober, and it's just a shot in the dark to see who see if I could get get an interview with the band, and I had no expectation that she was going to get back to me, anybody was going to get back to me, but within an hour she responds and says, hey, we're no longer an active band, but I have a band called Yes You Are, and I would love to talk to you about it. And I'm going to try not to be completely starstruck and just completely bomb this interview. But I'm so excited because, like I said, Tilly and the Wall is just a favorite of mine. And the fact that they're from also my hometown, Omaha, is awesome. I think they were also produced by one of their producers was Connor Oberst, also of Omaha. He's the man behind the band Bright Eyes. He had a huge influence on music back in the 2000s. But anyway, Kianna is going to be on with us via Skype, and I will introduce her. I hope everybody enjoys this interview as much as I will. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. Did I do it right? Can you see me?
Not yet. Not yet. Hold on. Let's see.
What did I do wrong? Oh, it says no camera.
Oh. Hold on. We got. I can see you now.
Yay!
You can see my Jewish bearded face now. That's great.
Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah. So yeah. Like I said, I normally don't come prepared, but you would be surprised at the number of people that were like, "Oh my God, you're gonna talk to Kianna Alarid."
No way. That's so cool.
Yeah, no, I pumped you up. I got you. I'm pretty fucking excited. Sorry, I curse a lot, so.
All the hype.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Yeah.
I just I'm kind of always doing awesome. I just have that mindset. I'm it's a day. I just feel grateful.
Yeah. I do most times. I don't know if you keep up. Yeah, my wife and I
Yeah,
decided to
great.
be. Did you hear about the dogs? Did I tell? Have
Oh,
you,
I didn't hear the dogs.
yeah. So my wife and I decided to be idiots and be like good people, good
Yeah,
Jewish people, which
yeah.
it doesn't always happen. But and we decided to foster a litter of eight 3 to 5 week old puppies,
Okay.
and we have an unfinished basement. So our basement is now a slip and slide party every day. Yeah. Sorry to get graphic on you there, Kiana.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, I know. We don't have any kids yet, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to have octuplets at this point. I've decided. Yeah, I don't think that's in the cards for us.
Too many beings to take care of.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's like we have this giant pen, and it's like a maze. Like I don't know. It's just too much.
Even imagine like the setup.
It's
It's just gotta be just a free for all.
it's chaos. It's utter fucking chaos. So, yeah, you're here.
I'm here.
You're here. So, all right, let's just start simple. I normally don't just do Q&A because it's just not my thing. But I've been listening. I feel like I need to pump up my game today. I feel like you got you're here, and so what would you say like your influences are musically? I mean, how do you what who gets you going basically?
Um. So okay. Just one thing. With my new project,
Yeah.
yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, Jared White is my partner, like business owner and co-writer.
Okay.
And we just collaborate on everything. So I'm saying that because it's worth mentioning because our style, like as far as writing, is very different, and as far as what does influence us musically is very different.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if this influences my writing or anything, but like I love 21 Pilots, which is
Okay.
weird to most people. I'm just trying to give you like the both ends of the spectrum. So like if I'm listening to like Fever Ray or like some Swedish electronic music,
Yeah.
he's just listening to Bob Dylan.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I'm just
That is wow.
Yeah, it is, and I'm not saying that I love Bob Dylan, and you know what I'm saying.
Of
But
course, it's Bob Dylan. I mean,
like you better love Bob Dylan. But
yeah, you have to like Bob. Well, he's kind of a jerk, but yeah, well,
I've never met him, so
well, neither have I. But like, I was talking with one of my other guests. He got the Nobel the Nobel Prize, and he was just like, nah, I don't. That's not mine. That
yeah.
completely neurotic Jewish behavior right there. Just like I don't need that.
I don't know. I feel like he's on a different like. I don't know. I can't say that I understand every move that he makes, but I like to see it as more than just what meets the eye.
Right.
Like that, I have to think a little bit harder about what. I feel like he's trying to do something and say something and send signs with like every move that he makes.
Yeah, right.
So
Totally.
I don't know. I just feel like it could be deeper than.
It could be. I mean, he is a very mysterious person.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like I said, he's a maybe like I said, he had the whole born again Christian period of his life, and I don't know what he's doing, but when I initially kind of contacted you, I did it on the Tilly wall, the Tilly. So you mentioned that you have to excuse me. I'm not up with the lingo, but you said you guys aren't active. So, was there a breakup, or
No, so we, well, basically, like Jamie and Derek got married,
Oh, cool.
and we're kind of settling down, and
Yeah.
we toured after that. But then, they were starting to have a family, and it just got really hard to like continue how we had been going for about 10 years, and then Neely and her boyfriend, who's now husband, and now they have kids. They moved to LA. Nick had already lived in LA, so it just got way harder to. And then I moved to Kansas City, so it got way harder to get everybody.
Yeah.
Or in and we did put another album out after that.
Yeah.
But it was really difficult. Like it didn't feel the same. You know what I mean? It was like really hard.
It was, yeah. There was like a kind of a click that just wasn't there. Yeah, yeah.
It was just not being able to be together and writing in that way for us was not how we were used to just getting in a room for 3 months together. Yeah. And now it's like, who has 3 months? We all have responsibilities and things like that.
Right, yeah, yeah. I just remember, you have to, I don't know if you know, I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, right? So, yeah. I have to say, I'm pretty sure both shows I went to, I was fairly under the influence, but I just thought it was just completely, like, I was like gobstruck, like there was a tap dancer instead of like drums, like it was, like I was like, that is like the coolest thing in the world, like it was just like this euphoric, I was like,
right.
Who came up with that?
Yeah, well, okay, so it's funny because we, like, most people that found out about us, like, outside of our own city were like,
yeah.
Oh, what a fun gimmick, and then
yeah.
when it died down, people started going, okay, this band isn't going anywhere, like, they keep putting albums out that are pretty good and we like them or whatever, but it was funny because we only had her do that because we didn't have a drummer, we just didn't have one. And she had tap danced in a band called Park Ave, like, before.
Yeah.
That was, but very short-lived. So she's like, well, I could do that for now since we don't have a drummer. And it was basically just, a glorified foot, keeping the beat.
Right, right.
Foot. And then we like had a show. So, you know what I mean? It was like,
yeah.
We would get a drummer and it just didn't happen. It was like, well.
So do you feel like that, like, people were like kind of like down on it because they thought it was like gimmicky or...
Sure. I mean, people in town, like at the beginning, were like that. I mean, you have haters, like no matter what. Like there's bullies. There's
oh yeah, my parents, they hate my podcast. So I'm just kidding.
That's not but yeah, your haters can be your family. They can be people you thought were your friends. They can be, random people who don't mean anything to you. You're like, I don't understand why I should care about what you think about me. But yeah, there were people who definitely thought, especially as we got bigger and people were just hearing about us.
Right.
Like, our friends knew the situations. They were like there when it happened.
Yeah.
We know who we are as people.
Okay.
So they could tell, like, we don't know how it happened. We're like, I don't know. And, we never had any intention to even record music, much less, like, put a bunch of albums out and tour the world. We had no intentions. We were just, like, drinking in the basement, like, with our friends. And Omaha was just music. Like, that.
Yeah. Omaha is great. I love Omaha. I miss it.
It's awesome. So, yeah, it was just...
So I was going to say... I'm just glad because when you said inactive, I was afraid that there was like going to be like there was like violence, like a fight broke out, like somebody broke like a bottle and like like somebody got stabbed in the throat or something like that, or so that didn't happen. That's good. That's good.
No, and we would never break up. And we're working on some stuff right now, but it's
nice.
Like I said, we're so far apart that everything just takes forever.
Yeah. So.
Keep an eye out because we might do something.
Yeah, well, there are, like I said, I'm sure there are people waiting with bated breath. But so tell me about, like, the group now. Yes, you are. I love their stuff. Like, honestly, like I just absolutely I dig it. Like it's cool. Really cool. Like that the song. Oh God, I'm terrible. You're gonna have to excuse me. I can't remember. I'm terrible at titles. So. The song "World Without End." That's like become like I just play it all the time now. Like it's all I play.
That's cool because we haven't really released that song. Like it's kind of a long story, but I'm also a recovered alcoholic.
Okay. Okay.
I don't really know how to call it because I never hit my rock bottom when I was like 25 and quit drinking, right? And that's like even before Tilly started really doing a whole lot of stuff. Right. And I was sober for like 9 years, 10 years.
Wow.
And then as a completely different person, like as a grown-up adult, I was like, I can have a glass of wine
Yeah.
And I never like really fell back into drinking.
Yeah.
I'm not like crazy with it, but it just like so negatively affected my like spirit.
Yeah.
It's like I just can't have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, it you know, and as a recovering alcoholic, I mean, it really is. It's a disease of the spirit and of perception. We say, you know.
Like I just realized, like even if I wasn't like blacking out or anything or doing anything crazy, it was definitely something that when I would partake in it, I did not have control. It's this weird. It's almost like a demon, like a demonic possession. It feels like
it is. Yeah.
Involved in it.
Yeah.
It has control over me, and even if I don't like black out and get crazy, I don't like how that feels.
Right.
Like it causes a cloud of like depression.
Well, right. It's like your standards just kind of like it like low, like little by little, like you just see your standards and your just all the good in you just starts, you just start lowering your standards. Yeah.
You start to see yourself acting in a way in which you do not feel is in alignment with who you really are.
Exactly.
And so like I would, wake up, and even if I didn't do anything like embarrassing even or anything like that, I would just wake up going, that wasn't 100% who I am, and that makes me feel so uncomfortable in my spirit and soul. Like I realize, like, okay, this is just something that I need to just know that is a problem for me. So I just quit, so I never went to rehab and stuff. But my point, long way around to the point was, like,
it's always that way.
Years ago, I was struggling with that.
Yeah.
And my life just like fell apart, like in every way. You know what I'm
Geez.
saying? Like everything that you thought was like stable. You know what I mean? Like, without getting like too into the gory details. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, things just fell apart.
Or everything that you thought, was one way, went another way. But at the same time, it was like a major like crossroads moment of like choice. It was almost like a good thing. I don't want to say that to be confusing, but like I just made some choices in my life that basically threw a wrench in everything.
Yeah, that's called my 20s.
But the thing is the choices were good.
Oh, well, that's good. There, hey, boom.
So here's the thing: the choices were good, but they basically ruined that life.
Okay.
And I just started another life.
Right.
Like a rebirth moment,
Yeah.
And so, like, childbirth is very painful, excruciating, life changes that I, like, basically chose myself and just threw everything into this amazing, like, chaos. But at the same time, I had never felt more sure of what was going on.
And confident and whole, probably.
Yeah, so at the beginning of that process, I met Jared, who's my co-writer, and that I knew was real. And so I knew that this was my writer. Like, I had been really looking for somebody to collaborate with for years. And so that was, like, the guiding star,
Yeah.
And I just knew that was what I was meant to do. And we wrote a bunch of songs, but we were kind of, like, getting to know each other. Like, we'd never even met in person.
Right.
We were writing songs together.
You're like pen pals.
Yeah. And my life was, like, crazy and, like, changing.
Yeah.
And we were, so I was, like, trying to pick up the pieces and just, like, figure out, like, life now. Like, what do I do now?
Right.
So we put out World Without End.
Oh, love it. Sorry.
Very early on.
Yeah.
And so that's, like, a really old song, and we never really released it even. We just sort of put it out just so that there was something out,
Yeah. So you had something concrete.
Yeah, because we were sort of just unknown. Even in our own town, we hadn't really played shows. So, yeah, it took us a long time to figure out what we were doing, what we even were, because we wrote all the songs together, just Jared and I.
Right.
We didn't have a band. And we're like,
wow.
This is going to be great. Like, it's just going to be fun. And then we realized, like, we don't even have a Facebook page. We don't have a band. We got to get some stuff together. stuff.
Yeah. So, I was just gonna say, I mean, you've been with quite a few. I mean, you've been in quite a few groups. There's, like you said, Project 356, and there was wasn't there like Magic Kiss?
It was actually right before Tilly started.
Yeah.
Jamie, the tap dancer, and I were in a band called Magic Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of awesome people from Omaha, but and she didn't really tap dance as much in that band, but she did like on one song. We had a drummer in that band.
Oh, okay.
So he actually played the guitar and sang.
Oh.
And that band broke up because of Jamie. She's like always breaking up bands. That's like,
okay.
This is a funny running joke because the last Park album was called when Jamie moved to London, we broke up. That was the name of their last album.
That was.
Yeah, we can blame her for that, but it was good because that band wasn't working out, and then Tilly started because Jamie and I were like still wanted to play together, and
Right.
we met two freaks from Georgia who were Nick and Derek, and then we started.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the transition like? I mean, moving from one group to another. I mean, does it take like a psychological toll on you? I mean, is it more like, whatever, let's just go with it?
I mean, that's literally like the arc of my story is like Tilly went basically like on a hiatus because we just didn't know like when we would be able to do anything.
Yeah.
I started working on my own solo stuff, thinking like that would probably be what I do next. I don't really know. I like worked with a bunch of people. I even went to Sweden to work with like my favorite producer in the world, like my number one pick.
Oh, wow. Who is it?
His name's Christopher Berg. He did The Knife and Fever Ray and like a whole bunch of Swedish.
Okay.
He's like works at Depeche Mode, and he's just.
Oh, Jesus.
And we like hit it off, and we like had a very deep, like meaningful like connection, but just nothing worked out. And I just realized, like, after trying that, and then I came to Kansas City, and I worked with this other group called Child Being, and it was great. We made beautiful stuff, but it just kept not working.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. Like, I don't really know what my vision is with this. And I like to make cool sounding music, but I just feel like I was lost. And that was kind of, it was a super odyssey, like, negative death spiral.
Oh, like, wow.
Because you like leave one thing. I mean, I had basically been in Tilly for my entire adult life. Like that was my job.
Right.
For like 12 years or something.
Right.
And after that, you're like, what am I supposed to do? I just figured it would come easy, and it was like a very rude awakening. And but it caused like my first bout of depression that I'd ever had in my life, and it was because like if you're always like working, and then you don't like have a job, you just kind of feel aimless.
Right, exactly.
When I was working, I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know what I was supposed to be writing about or anything. So that kind of sent me into my first depression. I had some crazy like anxiety attacks and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I just suddenly had like an epiphanic moment where I just had this epiphany in New York City, and this thing happened to me it's not even like that big of a deal. I just sort of like stood up for myself in a way that I never had in my life at a very, very pivotal moment in my life, and like everything in that moment changed, and I sort of had like a spiritual crazy awakening. Yeah, and like I literally like the next day went and dyed my hair black, like back to my normal color. Like it had been this crazy purple, white, whatever for like 12 years.
Yeah, right.
And I just changed like 180 degrees. Like, I just started wearing gray and black clothes. It was crazy. I gave all of my things away. Wow. And I didn't have any idea what was happening to me. I never had any kind of spiritual guidance in my life. Like growing up, I was not religious, nothing like that. Parents are awesome, super loving, supportive people, but like I did not have that guidance, so I didn't have any frame of reference for what I was going through.
Right.
And so it was a very, very interesting time. Almost felt like a little like very fine line between like, am I crazy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
It felt so real. Like it felt so much much better than anything ever had.
Like an aha moment.
Yes, and I had nobody to like talk to, like, right? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I tried to like talk to people about it, it was really alienating.
Yeah. You didn't have like a soundboard.
I had nobody like that in my life, and it wasn't until I met Jared, and so I knew something was up. I was like, what has happened to me? And I was basically searching for like what the meaning of all this was, you know. So
Right.
Songwriting kind of went by the wayside at this point. I was just like a seeker, like trying to figure out what the heck's going on, and it was about 2 years of that. I got really into it. Like, I had a group meeting at my house every week, this like guided meditation called Magic Dojo.
Oh.
And it like there were like 30 to 60 people at every one of them. It was incredible. It was like all these people coming with the same, you know. So I finally found my people, like springboards, like
Right.
talking about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I still didn't know what it was. I was like so obsessed with like figuring out like the truth, like what's going on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I met Jared that it all kind of came together.
Okay.
And so it was not an easy transition at all. I'm
Oh,
talking
clearly not.
4 years of like, am I schizophrenic, to, oh my gosh, to like starting to understand, getting super involved in researching and reading and all the kinds of esoteric, occult, spiritual, every kind of thing.
Yeah.
And landed with Jared. And it's funny because you just come back around to like, oh, it is music, it is songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but with a whole new perspective on the world. And so it was like we were on fire. We wrote like 20 songs in like a week. You know, we haven't stopped, and it's been, you know, a few years since we started.
Wow. Yeah, that was definitely wow. That's quite the transition there. Yeah. Man, I have turned into such a Minnesotan. I'm just like, oh yeah, that was a transition. Oh yeah, you darn tootin'. Yeah. Yeah, no, because I'm like I said, I'm originally from Omaha, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I wish I had been sober during those times when I went to a lot of live shows, and I was always not really there. Like, I saw Dolly Parton. My buddy and we went and saw Dolly Parton, and we just completely, I'm not proud of this, because Dolly Parton's a legend, but we passed out in like a quarter of the way into the concert, and we woke up and nobody was there. Somebody was sweeping like the rows and the aisles, and we were like, where the fuck is Dolly? And like, and they're like, yeah, and the concert's been over for like 15 minutes. So that was pretty much, but like I said, I connected to you guys, your music so much, and like I said, and you know, when you said, you know, you're in this new band, yes you are, I immediately went. It was like, I got to find this Facebook page, I got to find this, that, the other, and like, yeah, and so your songs have been, I mean, the HGX song, right? That was played like in a Super Bowl commercial, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we got that song. So Jared and I wrote like a ton of songs, and we still didn't have a band, but we started producing the songs and getting them ready, like as far as recordings. And Tilly had been with this licensing firm for like a decade, and I just loved them. And I reached out and said, when we finally had recordings, I said, hey, these 3 songs, like, my new band, and just seeing, you know, if you want to hear them. And he wrote back like, what the heck, like, these are awesome, like, we would love to sign you. So we got like signed right away.
Wow.
To the licensing firm. And of course these people are like, I just love them so much, they're like family in a way, you know, to me. I just love them so much, and they work really hard, and we found out that Pepsi wanted to license that song.
Nice.
They were like, amazing. And, you know, we're like, how do you think they're gonna use it? And they were like, I don't know, you know, we can keep. They don't tell you. They don't say like, we're gonna put it in the Super Bowl.
Once it's there, it's in their hands. It's kind of like it's out of your hands.
Yeah, exactly. And there's terms they say, we're gonna use it for television. We're gonna use it for this length. We're gonna use it for this territory. But then you don't really know what happens. So anyway, like 9 months goes by, and we hear nothing, and they get no information about it. And so we hear that maybe it was playing in Australia
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. It was in the UK. We're like, that's cool. But, like, really, you're hoping, you're like, maybe, like, my grandpa will see it on a major TV. But it doesn't always happen that way. So we were like, we got paid. We got to pay off all of our debt from, like, our first tours and things like that. And it was really awesome, opportunity.
Yeah.
We, like, kind of chalked it up. And then I was doing our taxes. It was, like, so boring. I'm just sitting there doing our taxes, watching the Super Bowl pregame show. And the commercial comes on, and it's like that moment in your head where you're like computing, like, what am I hearing? Like,
what is going on?
What is going on? And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm like yelling, and my phone just starts blowing up. It's like,
talk about crazy.
It's crazy because it's like, not only is it the most watched TV of the year.
Yeah, right.
Like, so focused on the commercials, and
yeah.
then it was just awesome. So, and it played for like 2 years. It's actually still playing in Asia. They renewed the contract.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, this podcast has only been my podcast. Neuronymous has only been going on since October 9th, right?
Oh.
I'm not connected in any way. I just basically was just like, and I told this story a gazillion times, but like I was just like, I want to start a podcast because I love Mark Maron, right? And and I was like, but I don't know what to do. So and then one of my friends sent me a mic 2 days later, and here I am. Yeah.
So important, man, because every single person has something like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the percentage is so small. People who just go, oh my gosh, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me that just has to figure it out and do it.
Right.
And it's just so empowering and so liberating to know, like, everybody kind of waits. I think a lot of people kind of wait for something to happen to them or for them.
Right.
Or to help them.
You got to do it.
You just got to do it. And hopefully there's, like, amazing people who will, like, send you a microphone. You're like, wow, that's so encouraging. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and now people in Slovakia are listening to me. And I'm just like, my mom is like, do they speak English in Slovakia? I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure America is not the only place that speaks English. I'm like, people seriously all over the world, and I'm just like, it's just me. You know what I mean? It's me.
Because people, see, I love the internet. I think people
Yeah.
really love to connect with each other.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
it's just like YouTubers, it's like, why am I watching this person's vlog? It's just because I feel there's something that I like about them.
Right.
And the ones that I don't follow, it's like, oh, I'm not really connecting with that one, but this one I really am. And so you sort of are making these groups and not friends per se, but you know what I'm saying? So it feels good to unite people even across the world, and it's just you. It's like, yeah, it's just me. You're just making friends out there and sharing your life, which I think is interesting most of the time, no matter what. It's just interesting for people to hear other people share their lives.
Absolutely. And but I do work in customer service, so there it does have its drawbacks. You do see this the other side where people are just they well, we don't need to go into that. I work for I don't usually say where I work for. I've now started just calling it the monolith. Yeah. So now I know you got to cut out in about 20 in a little bit here, but do you feel as the lead singer and co-star, now that you're a little bit more in the spotlight, do you feel more anxiety, pressure, anything like that? I mean,
I think in a way there is, because but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And with Tilly, we had 5 writers and 5 singers basically. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Jamie didn't sing anymore near the end, but yeah, you kind of just felt like whatever. And with Tilly, we just we would mess up and we wouldn't care. We'd be falling down. We just and this is this band, yeah, it's I have to take that. Obviously the band's involved and responsible for their parts, but I feel that, and I think it's a good thing, because I think it really forces me to accept that responsibility and to just be like, all right, like, bring it. Like, it's like we said, it's like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I want to do it. I need, like, you needed a microphone. You needed to get set up.
Right.
To get your podcast going. I'm like, okay, if I want to do this, then I need to step up. I need to, like, I do affirmations. I do all kinds of things to, like, make myself feel super confident, because you still get nervous.
But of course, if you're not nervous, you're doing it wrong, right?
Absolutely. And I think all you can really do is prepare. You know, so I practice my ass off. You know, like, I love rehearsal. Like, I'm really adamant about, like, I don't like to wing things a whole lot. Like, just I know who I am,
right? And
I love and appreciate people who can do that, but, like, that's not me. So I just know what I need to do the thing that I've decided is my purpose. You know, it's like something I really wanted to do. So yeah, it is a lot more.
So
pressure.
Do you? So I don't. Maybe I misunderstood. So do you have kids?
I have one kid.
Oh wow! How's that? How's I mean? How's that work as far as, you know, like, touring and, like, playing, you know, with the music? I mean, and how old is he? I mean, what's?
She's 7.
She. Sorry, I don't know why I automatically just go to he. What's his name? She. Well, hey, that's awesome. That is so cool, and I will. Well, yeah, I mean, and that's got to be. I mean, I'm sure that has some influence as far as, you know, your songwriting goes. I mean, you know, just have that love and, you know, and just that sort of different instinct that you had than what you had before. You know, you have that protective. Do you feel like? I mean, do you think having a child has made a difference for you as an artist?
Yes. The main difference between like, what I've noticed change in my songwriting, or even in my pursuit of what I'm doing, having a child and becoming a mom, is not as much like it changed what I was writing about, but it really made me much more determined to see this come to pass. Like, I feel like a lot of times when people have kids, they just go, oh, it's time to, like, be really safe and responsible. I need to do this. I need to be responsible. Of course you need to be responsible. Yeah. And but I just feel like at that moment I was like, okay, I'm not going to limit myself on what I believe I can do. And I just kind of looked at my strengths, and I knew, like, I'm a songwriter. I just have to admit it. Yeah. And just go for it, like, 100%, like, full on.
Full throttle.
Yeah, and so I did that, and, you know, it took about 2 years, you know, and I still had to, you know, pay bills and do that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, but it only took about 2 years, and then we started licensing songs and making money off of our music, which never would have happened if I had just, like, sat back and decided to do something a lot safer. Right. And at the same time, I mean, I just would have. I know this now through experience that people have to do what their true purpose is, otherwise they start to not feel okay. Right. Kind of develop, for me, I saw it develop depression and anxiety and all the bad things, you know? So I just knew there's no choice in this matter. Right. You know, I abuse alcohol when I start to feel anxious and depressed. So I knew, literally, this is a life or death decision for me. Right. I have to make this happen. So it really just lit a fire under the whole thing and just made me, like, crazy obsessed with what we're doing, and it hasn't stopped at all. Yeah. And you know what the bonus of all of this is? You know how to use Skype now. It's crazy. You learn. I feel like we've been on a journey, like, getting you to learn how to do the Skype thing. And then what's so funny is I go to sign in and it's like, you already have an account. And I was like, what? I had an account from a long time ago, and it was called Neuronymous then. And I'm just like, what was? Okay, sure, all right, I'll go with that. Yeah. So, all right. So wrapping this up, because like I said, I know you got to get going.
What's next? When is it a full Yes You Are LP coming out? Can you give me any clues about that?
So in October we released a song with a video. So we've sort of had a hard time figuring that out because our style is all over the place. We will do something like Come Back Home was a song we released last year, and it sounded
with the choir.
Yeah, like
loved it.
Gospel choir, and it's like sounds almost like, I don't know, like the Lumineers or something.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, no, or I'm not even that familiar.
A little bit like Rattle and Hum from U2, maybe.
Something like that, and then like Blacklight comes out, and it's like this like disco, like, you know, ABBA sparkle.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, so many things. So right now, what we're trying to do is to release this batch of songs that we already have recorded that kind of don't really sound like an album. We're trying to just release singles, and then we're starting to record this whole new batch of songs that actually does sound cohesive.
Yeah.
So I foresee that we'll start releasing those as singles as well.
Yeah. And
then release like the EP or album kind of as those songs are released. So pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm still just really excited that we got to have this talk, and I was gonna say, even as a Jew, your Oh Holy Night, like seriously, chills.
That's cool, and I've heard and I know that song was like I guess like a Christian song.
Yeah.
I love that song. I said, I was raised without religion in any way.
Yeah.
But, that song was always obviously very special.
Yeah.
We've gotten that kind of response from like people like, I'm an atheist and blah 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 blah. That song had me crying and blah blah. You know, so we got a lot of really cool feedback like that. I was like, see, it's just the song is good, the melody is amazing.
Yeah, it's better than the Hanson version my wife listens to. I'll tell you that.
I heard that one. I'd love to.
Well, my wife. My wife plays the Hanson Snowed Out album every year during the holidays.
What a tradition!
What a tradition! Yeah, I know. It's you didn't hear that on Fiddler on the Roof, right? Yeah. So I was just gonna say no. But I was just gonna say, I was listening to Old Holy Night, and a little funny story. Like I remember, I didn't know it was a Christian song either for like the longest time, and like I remember I was like 12, and it was my bar mitzvah was going to be coming up next year, and I said to my mom, I said, can you sing that song at my bar mitzvah? Because my mom is like a former opera singer, and like she was like, we don't sing that song. And I'm like, oh okay. It was at that point that I learned, yeah, that's not a song you sing in synagogue. but no, yeah, that's just a little.
You guys believe that Jesus was born? It's just a song about Jesus being born.
Yeah, he was a Jew. I got my ass kicked several times in elementary school telling the Gentile kids that. It's true. But yeah. So now that we've gotten on the topic of Jesus, I guess that's like our cue to like exit at this point. But yeah, there you go, Pat. We'll have to get together Passover. It's kidding, but yeah, no, this was a lot of fun, and I really hope things continue going well for you, especially with the as a recovering alcoholic, staying sober and keeping that you got a spirit. You're like glowing, man. Like seriously.
No, it's funny because even you think like I'm gonna have a glass of champagne, that'll make me fun. It's like it doesn't. I never feel more like alive and good than when I'm sober. And I know like as people who have been through that, they all say that. It's like, wow, there's really just there's no drug or drink that can even touch it. So it's you really have to treat it like every morning. I just am so grateful that I have that precious thing.
Yeah.
And make sure I like really amp myself up because it's like so easy. It's like the like enemy voice in your head that tells you, oh, it's just a, it's like it's a little thing. It's not a big deal,
Right.
It's so easy to.
It adds up.
So you really have to be on high alert at all times, and I feel like that's pretty awesome. Like I feel like I've always been kind of a warrior, like like soldier type of person.
Sure.
And like I know my enemy, and I think that's like even a tactic, like in war, like know your enemy really, really well.
Yeah.
You know, because they will get so sneaky and they will try and ambush you and know how they work. You know, it's like,
yep.
For me, it's like if I'm at a big party and there's like 100 people there and it's like really warm and festive and nice, I always think, oh, just a little bit of wine. I mean, it's just everybody drinking, you know, so I know where like my...
Yeah, you know where you're at.
I know where I'm at, I know what my triggers are. It's like, it's so important.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. Well, Kianna, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad we got to talk, and I will let you go pick up your person, and appreciate you coming on the show. And like I said, I got a gazillion people that are just really pumped about us talking. So you really made a lot of people's day today. So thank you so much. One last question: if you have any advice for somebody who's just wanting to get out there and do I obviously just do it, you know, but like, do you have any just parting words of wisdom, any nuggets?
For somebody trying to get out and do what exactly?
Music, okay. Art, whatever.
Yeah, you just have to start with one step at a time. Like if you've never even picked up a guitar, you know, maybe pick up a guitar. Maybe you need or write just melodies like on your phone. Just start recording melodies. You have to just sort of. There's no guidebook to these kinds of things. You just have to start making work.
Yeah.
And really, really, the most important thing is to refine your craft. Like just keep writing songs. You're gonna write like 100 bad songs for every one okay song.
Yeah.
And it can really, really like beat people down, and they quit very easily.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, Jared and I were just looking through this Bob Dylan book about that showed his lyrics, like notes leading up to certain songs, and there were pages and pages and pages of lyrics and verses that were just thrown out, and they weren't good, like compared to what wound up on the song.
Right.
This is the master, okay?
Yeah.
And this is not him at like 15. This is him currently. Like, if you give up at the first sign of difficulty or challenge, or like the first doubt in your head that you're not good, like fuck that. Like, you have to really, really fight for it. So my advice would be like, do you really want it?
Yeah.
You know, because it's not easy. This is one of the harder, you know, jobs to have. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's just like a joke. Like a musician making money, like how hard, you know, it's like.
It's hard.
So hard.
Yeah.
So, start and just make songs. Like, make songs. If you don't know how to play instruments, like maybe get a laptop if you can afford that. And if you can't, then like just find a way to record songs.
Yeah.
Write songs. Journal every day. Like whatever happens in your day. If you don't feel like you're an artistic person, just write down what happens in your day.
Yeah.
And then I forgot who said to do this. It was somebody like Stevie Nicks or somebody, but I don't know if it was her. She said on one side of the notebook you just journal about your day.
Yeah.
And on the other side, poeticize it.
Nice.
So just say it, but say it like you're writing a song about it. You know what I'm saying? So they're just research. Look up people who are doing it. Look up people who are masters at it. Look up people who are making a living at it. Don't take advice from anybody who's not successful.
Yeah.
Ever. So there's a few words.
Well, all right. Well, hey, we will leave it with that. And, just, I hope you have a very happy, healthy, 2019. And, thanks again for being on the show, and shalom.
Shalom. Easy with you, and just keep in touch. I love what you're doing. I'm so happy that you're doing a podcast.
All right, hey, thanks so much. That kicks me right in the feels. Thank you so much. Boom. Wow, what a fantastic interview. What an amazing lady Kianna Alarid is. I'm so absolutely grateful that we got to have our talk today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. She has, she's so wise, man, and she just got that spark, that energy, like she just glows. I know you guys can't see that, but she's just got this amazing spirit, And I really liked the red stocking cap she was wearing on top of her head. That was really kind of cool. I don't know. I digress. But anyway, hey, just like she said, you got to do it one day. One step at a time. And as I always say, you got to do it one day at a time. Thanks, guys. Peace. Have a wonderful weekend.
Neuronymous.